me, Jess, and today I'm going to be doing the YouTube mom tag. I was tagged by Michelle from A Common Life, and you can check down in the description box for a direct link to her channel. Definitely go check her out. She's got some really awesome videos. Okay, I got my laptop here. There are about 30 questions in this tag video, so let's get started. Number 1, what is the last movie you saw that made you cry? Not a big movie person, but the last movie that we watched was A Jungle Book, and I think I cried like 3 times. If you haven't checked it out, it's on Netflix. Definitely check it out. It's worth watching. Number 2 is, what is your favorite thing to do when you have a couple of hours to yourself? I like to read, and I like to watch YouTube. Number 3 is, what is your favorite breakfast food? I love breakfast. I love breakfast. Any type of breakfast food, really, but I think my favorite thing is French toast with some bacon. That's the best. Number 4 is, what are the top 3 home repairs that you would like to see done if money was no object? So the first thing I would do is I would have my yard professionally landscaped. If you happen to catch my last vlog that I did, you would have noticed that I have no grass and our house is on a slope. We haven't been able to get the proper drainage done, and we need some retaining walls built, and we need grass put in. So that is my number 1 top thing that I would do. So the second thing that I would do is my kitchen. It's not horrible, but it's definitely not my taste. And the third thing I would do is probably actually add an addition onto my house, just so that we could have an office space and free up the space that my husband is currently using for an office and actually use that as a den and playroom type area. Number 5 is, what is your favorite baby name that you never used? I would have to say Penelope. I actually wanted to name my daughter Penelope, and my husband was like, no way, no way. But I just love that name. It's kind of quirky, it's different. I don't know, I like it. Number 6 is, what is your favorite store to shop in? The dollar store. If you know me at all, you know that it's the dollar store. My husband laughs at me all the time because I'm like, hey, 20 bucks, I can get 20 things. How awesome is that? You can find so much stuff in the dollar store. You can find homeschool stuff, house stuff, you can find craft stuff. You just find anything that you need at the dollar store. It's great. Number 7 is, what did you do before you became a mom? I was actually in high school before I became a mom. I got pregnant very young with my first child. He's now 13, and so I was a high school student. Number 8 is, what is your favorite hobby? My favorite hobby is photography. I don't do it near as much. Sadly, my SLR camera broke and I haven't been able to repair it. It's irreparable. I do have another camera. I actually used to do photography as an actual business. However, once I started homeschooling, I just realized that I didn't have as much time to put into running that type of business once I had the kids home full-time with me. Number 9 is, if you could spend the day doing whatever you wanted to do, what would you do? I would probably first sleep in. I think for any mom, they would definitely say that. I would sleep in, and I would probably just do nothing except for just watch TV. Probably all day. I wouldn't do anything. I would do as many mindless tasks as possible, just because I always feel like I'm constantly on the go and I really never have time to really relax. So again, I would probably just sleep in. I would watch some YouTube. I'd probably order some takeout from my favorite restaurant, take a nice long bath, and that would probably be pretty much it. So number 10 is, how did you meet your husband? I met Jacob actually at a sports bar. I was hanging out with some friends and I just casually started talking to him, and we exchanged numbers, and we actually started messaging each other through Yahoo Messenger, which sounds so old now that I'm saying it out loud. And we went out on a date, and then that was it. The rest was history, and we've been married. This year will be 9 years that we've been married. Number 11 is, what is your favorite family vacation? So about 2 years ago, we actually got to go fly out to California to visit with Jacob's family. It was so much fun. We got to spend a whole week there. We got to go to Bass Lake and visit Yosemite National Park, and we also went to Disneyland. So it was a jammed, packed, full week of fun and some wonderful memories, and I can't wait to go back. Number 12 is, name 3 things that you do well. This This is always kind of awkward, I feel like, when you have to say like good things about yourself, and I really don't know why. Okay, so my 3 things is I'm a really good cleaner and organizer. I love things neat and tidy, and so I keep a very orderly home. Number 2 is I'm pretty good at crafting. I like to do crafts and DIY projects. And number 3 is I'm a good gardener. I have a green thumb. I don't really think I've ever killed anything that I've ever grown, so those are my 3 things. Number 13 is name 3 toiletries or makeup items you could never live without. Number 1, I would say my foundation. I don't wear much makeup, but I definitely wear that, and I'm really not comfortable unless I'm wearing it. The second one, I would have to say my lavender oatmeal soap. It makes my skin so clean and so soft. It's my favorite thing, and it smells so, so good. And my third thing is probably my hair ties. I have very long hair and it gets in my way a lot, so I can't be without a hair tie. Number 14 is name your favorite thing about each of your children. So for Zoe, her independence. She is 4 and she is just so independent. I love watching her do things, and I love the fact that she really takes initiative to try to do everything that she possibly can for herself, so she's very self-sufficient. For Siler, I would have to say his kindness. He has such a big heart. He's such a sweet soul. He's always thinking about other people, and he's very, very sensitive. And for Kavian, I would have to say his sense of humor. A lot of people don't get it, but he's very sarcastic like I am, and he tells some pretty good jokes, and he keeps me laughing. Number 15 is what was your first job? My first job was actually at a pizza place called Sacramento's, and it was when I was 16 years old. It was probably the best job ever because the store owners were super laid back and I always got to eat free pizza, so that was a win-win. Number 16 is what are your hidden talents? I'm really not sure that I have any hidden talents. I would have to ask my husband. I'm pretty sure nothing about me is hidden. I'm pretty open, so I don't think I have any hidden talents. Number 17 is how long did you date your husband before you got engaged? So me and Jacob dated for about 6 months. So we met and we got married very, very fast, but it was totally worth it. We knew, so we didn't want to waste very much time. Number 18, what are your top favorite 3 TV shows? My first one is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. My second one is The Great Bake Show. I love any type of cooking show, but that one is definitely my top. And my third one, I would have to say Law and Order SVU. I've actually seen every single episode from that show, from beginning to now. I think we're on like season 12 or something, I don't even know, but I've seen every single episode. I love that show. Number 19, what is the bravest thing you've ever done? So for me, that would be flying on an airplane with 3 kids. I had my first experience, like I said, flying about 2 years ago. I am deathly afraid of heights, and I am super claustrophobic. So that was a lot for me, a lot. And I remember my husband, bless his heart, he had a really rough time leading up to the flight and during the flight, but he's very tolerant and patient with me. But yeah, that's probably the most recent or the bravest really thing that I've ever done is fly on an airplane. Number 20 is where were you 3 hours ago? I was in my house doing laundry. Number 21 is what is one thing on your winter, spring, summer, fall bucket list? So for me, I'm gonna go with a summer bucket list since that's kind of fastly approaching, and that is just to go on vacation this year. Like I said, we haven't been on vacation in 2 years, and we need a vacation. I don't care where we go or what we do, we just need to go on vacation. Number 22, do you meal plan? And what is one weekly staple? So if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I do weekly meal plans and I share those here on my channel. I love, love, love meal planning. It saves so much time, so much money, and one of the staples is spaghetti. We always have spaghetti. Number 23 is when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up? I actually always wanted to be a mother, and I always wanted to be a homemaker. Growing up, my mom was a single parent and she worked sometimes 2 to 3 jobs, and I just knew from a very young age, since I was also an only child, that I wanted to have a fairly large family, and I definitely wanted to be a homemaker and a mother. Number 24 is, would you rather travel 50 years into the future or 50 years into the past? I would definitely love to travel 50 years in the future. For one, because it would be pretty amazing to see what type of technology that we have and how we've progressed. And it would also be pretty awesome to see like my children's children, like what their lives look like. So yeah, definitely the future. Number 25 is, what has been your best Halloween costume ever? I would probably have to say a couple years ago I went to a Halloween party and I was a zombie, and I did like some latex like cereal type makeup on, and it was really gross, but it was pretty cool. That's probably the most extravagant costume I've ever worn, because when I was a child I was definitely a scaredy cat, and I think I was like a mouse and like a cat, and then the rest of the time I was probably like a princess. So I would definitely have to say like the zombie a couple of years ago. Number 26, are you a night owl or an early bird? Currently I'm a night owl. I feel like in the fall and winter I'm more of a night owl, and then in the spring and summer I tend to wake up a lot earlier, so it kind of just depends. Number 27 is, if you're having guests over, what is your go-to dish to serve? I would have to say my carnitas that I make, because although they take a while to cook, they are super delicious. Everyone loves them, and I also pair that with some homemade rice and some homemade refried beans, and it's just easy, simple, laid back, and casual, and it's super filling and super yummy, and it can feed a lot of people. Number 28, are you messy, neat, or somewhat in the middle? I am definitely neat. I'm definitely neat. I think some people would say that I'm on the verge of being kind of OCD. I'm definitely a tidy person. I do not like mess, and I do not like clutter. Number 29 is, what is one thing that you desperately needed to do that you've been putting off? And that is yard work. My yard looks horrible. It looks horrible. And I just don't feel like doing it. Number 30 is, name 5 YouTube moms you feel like everyone should be watching. I'm gonna go ahead and insert a clip here. Alright, so that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoy. If you have participated in this tag video, feel free to comment below with a link to your video so that I can get to know you better. Don't forget to like this video, as well as subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one and our daily vlogs, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!